This edition of Motorcycling Minnesota is all about learning how to ride a motorcycle, or how to ride your motorcycle more safely and with more confidence. In 2004, the Minnesota Motorcycle Safety Center, through 29 MnSCU facilities, is offering approximately 900 basic rider courses on 33 ranges. In 2003, the Safety Center trained 7,400 students and hopes to add to that number this year. This edition of Motorcycling Minnesota is the story of one of those basic rider courses and one student's journey through rider training. The basic course begins with a 4-hour classroom where the students get familiar with the parts of the motorcycle and safe motorcycling concepts. Michael, one of the 2 MSF rider coaches, is instructing students on the parts of the motorcycle. The Minnesota State BRC program provides 125 to 250cc motorcycles, which weigh less than 300 pounds and are relatively low-powered and easy to ride. The instructors begin the day giving the students a hands-on feel for the motorcycle, locating and trying out the ignition cutoff switch, the front brake, the rear brake, the clutch, the gear shift, the throttle, the choke, the ignition switch, the starter switch, the lights and turn signals, the horn, After finding and working with the motorcycle controls, the students mount up and quickly move the bikes to the next exercise. Our class begins riding by practicing with the clutch and the friction zone, the point in the clutch travel where the engine just becomes linked to the rear wheel. After experimenting with the friction zone, the students attempt to power walk across the range, using the friction zone to control their speed of travel. Lauren, the student we're going to be following through the course, doesn't seem to want to trust the engine to do much of the work in this exercise. A little coaching from Scott, and she's ready to try it again. Still, she seems suspicious of her abilities or the motorcycle's temperament. The next phase of this exercise, though, has her riding the bike across the range and using both brakes. A few more laps and we're on to the next exercise. The starting and stopping drill has our class riding around a large oval, stopping several times on each side of the course. Many of the students have no experience using a clutch. Later in the exercise, we find them riding from one end of the range to the other, pretty comfortably. The shifting and stopping drill is the first time the students shift out of first gear into second. This exercise provides practice in starting, stopping, and low-speed turns.
Lauren is still having some trouble with her motorcycle, but she is improving dramatically.
Michael and Scott give regular advice to create good habits early in the students' riding experience. These first drills are critical to the skills the students need for the rest of the course.
4 fingers on that throttle. Good. Look through the turn. Look through that turn. There you go. Good job. Up to that center. Clutch it in a little bit. Clutch it in. Clutch it in.
Exercise 5 quickly gets the students into second gear and moving around the range. The instructors start reinforcing the basic concepts of turns and maneuvering the motorcycle. Throttle and clutch control, braking before turns, and constant attention to traffic and direction of travel. The exercise travels in both directions, and the students have an opportunity to work on basic obstacle avoidance on the sides of the range. It just gets harder as the day wears on. In the control skills practice, our students maneuver their bikes around some fairly radical obstacles and practice using the brakes and clutch, both on the cone weaves and in the middle of the range.
Lauren is suddenly showing excellent control of her motorcycle. The BRC's emphasis is on riding time, not lecture. If the wheels aren't turning, the students aren't learning. She's obviously learning quickly. Success in this exercise requires our new riders to lift their focus from the obstacle they are approaching to the obstacles that are farther down the path of travel. They are learning to concentrate on where they are going, not where they have been.